I don't know if I should be concerned or happy. Hello, everyone. My name is Aaron James. This is a review of the Tubi original Guess Who, which released this year in 2024, written by Ian Carpenter, Erin Martin, Matt Wells, directed by Amelia Moses. This movie follows a couple visiting family in a small town while they're celebrating a tradition called mummering during the holiday season, and then the visit goes bad when people end up mysteriously murdered. Throughout this entire movie, only about 3 people actually get mysteriously murdered, and then the rest of the people, things happen. The story has some twists and turns, and I do not want to say too much to spoil it in case you decide to watch a Tubi movie. Personally, I really enjoy Tubi movies, especially if I find one that is entertainingly bad, which is different than the ones that are just plain out boring and just horribly written and or executed more so, such as Talk to Me, Marlowe, Knock at the Cabin, which are big movies that actually showed up in theaters. There was a recent one that I saw called Mary F. Kill. That one was pretty bad and just not entertainingly bad. This one actually had a good premise and a good story overall. It had a nice twist, and well, the ending was the least expected of the other options or what I saw, where I saw it going. And for it to be a Tubi original, it did pretty good at not letting me know where it was going. And the shift between genres from a horror to a thriller, and I know the two genres do have a lot of similarities oftentimes, and one can have a lot of elements of the other, but this one does a clear shift in the two, and I like that. There are actually 2 story arcs in this movie that cross near the end and go in the direction that you were not anticipating, which I really like. It was a good idea, good directing, and the cinematography wasn't bad. But it is a Tubi movie, so they did keep some Tubi elements, or what we know Tubi to be. I messed up that sentence, but what Tubi is known for, they kept some of those elements. I think the movie could have been better written. Again, the idea was good, but it could have been better written, and the acting could have been done better. This movie followed the Tubi formula of having some dialogue that was pretty cringeworthy or too on the nose, but there were moments where it was the characters foreshadowed what would happen without it being too obvious, and that was also noteworthy, and I thought I was pretty impressed with it. The weakest elements were clearly the dialogue and character development. I did not connect with any particular character, and some of the interactions were too convenient for the story. And as far as the writing, I want to say that there are some inconsistencies. I would have to go back and watch it to see where some of the characters were when other things happened, because I feel like they messed up there. But chances are I'm not going to go back to watch this movie because it's still a Tubi movie. So you have a pretty mediocre cast, some pretty bad writing, some underdeveloped characters. They stumbled moving from one act to the next. And maybe these writers were not prepared or experienced with dealing with so many characters, because it felt that they were overwhelmed telling the story and having to juggle so many characters, even though a lot of the characters did not have much screen time or were not even in the story much or mentioned in the story much, and yet there still seemed moments when they were all together that they were trying so hard to give everyone a moment to stand out or have some dialogue or interact with our lead characters. Overall, this movie, it's entertaining. I think if you enjoy Tubi movies, you will enjoy this one for sure. Until next time, y'all take care of each other. Make sure you check up on one another. Make sure you check up on yourself. And remember, potential has no limit. I want everyone to remember this is me with my Tubi movie rating. Like, me saying all these positives is not saying that this movie is fantastic. I'd put this there with like ISS. Like, it's watchable, it's enjoyable.